this incredibly unstable job. Like, just queue up here because I know this actually is how you guys do things out here in the government. You make sure you can see things that I can't. I know that now. And dude, I remember, I think it was like Bardmore and then some other place up in Clearwater. Fuck, I don't even know. Morton Plant. They tortured me in these places. Like, I'm not talking about like kind of. Like, they tortured me, literally, like I was a terrorist or something. They were not trying to help me. And they didn't even do, like, for example, they didn't like even like try to like threaten me through a phone. Like, it's really all I needed was a phone call. What the first thing that happened when I got into that first hospital is I stopped and I recognized, I was like, I needed somebody to say that to me. I was like, you know what? You're right. Like, I am fucked up. Like, what am I doing looking at pictures of my family and doing these things? And I said that to them the first time when I was in there. I said, kill me if it happens. Literally, I had some time to think, you know. I was like, wow, like, yeah, you're right. Like, I need to get this shit together. And it doesn't make sense. It continued. They continued to try to kill me. Like, it was, this is why I'm like getting this out here. I go back. This one in Bardmore was bad, dude. I remember they were hitting me with like base cannons. They were hitting me with voices of my family, like making me think I was like a robot and like that my family was fighting in the background. They got me to like fight somebody else. Many times they influenced me to like fight. And you could imagine they just got those buttons, you know, they're just pressing the buttons. They were in the house in Tamarack. At one point, I said like I was like, I had my pants off. Like, I had just like been influenced through my phone again because they're guilt tripping me in the house, in my mom's house. They're guilt tripping me. And then like I go out and like I pull out DoorDash and like I'm like communicating with my phone, with my AIs, my shorts and everything. The shorts, I don't know what's going on, but I know something's wrong. Something's wrong. You know what I mean? I wake up in it. And dude, nightmares, like scary things. I had this dream like I was in an Apple warehouse and I'm like playing these things through my mind as I sleep, like You Are affirmations, Anthony Reed. I'm playing Mindful Wave Studios. For example, when this nightmare happened, ACE exams, Jessica Heslop, who is like a very influential person on YouTube, and I think a pivotal part of this whole thing. I'm not totally sure. And dude, like, same with the Anthony Reed guy too. I remember being on shrooms and like working at Dunkin' at spring break, just being bombarded by customers. And I'm like new to shrooms, you know, like really, like I've done it a couple times in the past with my friend, but now I'm doing them, you know what I mean? I'm like figuring it out. I'm older and I'm unstable already. And I still remember that, dude, just being like hit with all these customers and I'm on shrooms and I'm just like listening to these You Are affirmations. That's some powerful shit right there, that type of situation. And dude, this goes on and on. I'll probably talk for a couple hours right now, actually, before I make this trip. And the hospitals, like I said, I end up, they catch me, you know. I end up like I'm like, I figure like in my head, I'm like, dude, I'm like, it's my grandparents. It's like I'm getting into a secret society. That's what's going on, you know. And they have me like doing things like I'm like picking flakes off of the ground in my car and like eating them, you know, to show that I'm apologetic and I feel bad, like that I would ever do that to my family, you know, like. And dude, they like, I'm literally like in the car like with my pants off, dude. And I'm like, I go out the back way because there's only 2 ways out of that neighborhood, and they just so happened to pull me over right then and there, you know, because I was down doing weird shit, I guess they said, you know, someone called. It's all bullshit, dude. Like some Illuminati level, like shit. It's really weird. And then, but I know now I don't know everything now, but I know something is up, right? And it's wrong the way they did it. And you know, they get me in another mental hospital, dude, and I tell them I'm like saying all the right things or something. I feel like I would still be there, like they would have replaced me or something, like with a clone or something, dude. And I said I'm on LSD because I knew they can't test for LSD, you know what I mean? And then I remember being and that's what happened. I was like sitting at the bottom of the hill, and I thought I was like versing my mom or something to like, dude, they were so deep in my head. I remember like they wanted, like, I'm like, I have to hold my pee. I have to hold my pee and beat my mom in this competition or something. Like, dude is so fucked up, bro. And they put me on this anti-LSD medicine. So I told you, I've been to heaven, right? I've been on acid. I've seen parting sky, like light. I've seen the light. I've floated in space. I've felt actual bliss before. People talk about bliss. I've actually felt bliss, like not feeling your body and like feeling that pure euphoria. Everybody has a different level of that. Interesting concept. Shows you how smart I am, right? It's I felt it. I felt hell that day, and they kept me on they're attacking me in there just 24/7. You can imagine they're just all attacking you with government technologies and everything. And I tell them, I'm like, I can't sleep. And they're like, yeah, here, take it again. Dude, I couldn't sleep that night, and when I did, I had a concept of hell. It was really horrifying. And they said, you're not complying with your medications. We need to stick you with one of these long extended medications. And they did. I later had a blood clot in my arm. I almost died. They said it almost reached your lungs. And the situation was, I had just suffocated myself, and they're in my house. I remember Joe Rogan, the voice of Joe Rogan, being in my house. I remember perceiving like my brother coming through, and like when I'm like really foggy in my mind and like doing some weird like hypnosis shit, and like things I don't even want to think actually happening, you know. And then I suffocated myself with a blanket as I hear like they're on the TV, you know, and they're in my mind. So I think like they're talking to my mom like through the TV, you know, and then I'm there, and I'm supposed to feel bad about what I've done, you know, show that I care about the family. We're reaching 10 minutes right now. And I suffocated myself, dude, to the point where I think I induced a blood clot, or they did. And I still remember having my snow jacket on, which is white and black, which is very important. Like, I know these things, dude. White and black is like manipulatable. It's like what you use for optokinetic, for example, when you train your eyes, and it's like, and then you like, if you put a red dot in the middle of moving white and black, like you can move your eyes, you know what I mean? Like it's like an unavoidable, like your eyes immediately like track it. It's a tracking camo almost. All right, I'm coming up on 10 minutes here.